Have you ever found yourself waking up suddenly between 3 o'clock and 5 a.m., feeling strangely alert or filled with an unexplainable sense of clarity? If so, you are not alone. Many people across different cultures and beliefs have reported similar experiences, often wondering if there is a deeper meaning behind this mysterious nighttime awakening. Could it be more than just a random disruption in sleep? According to both spiritual teachings and scientific research, waking up at these hours is not merely a coincidence. Instead, it signifies a powerful moment of energetic and subconscious activity, offering a unique opportunity for reflection, divine connection, and even personal transformation. In spiritual traditions, this period, particularly between 3 o'clock and 4 a.m., is often referred to as the hour of the gods or the divine hour. It is believed that during this time, the veil between the physical and spiritual worlds is at its thinnest, allowing for a heightened intuition, deeper self-awareness, and stronger spiritual connections. Many religious and mystical practices encourage prayer, meditation, or contemplation at this hour, as it is thought to be when the mind and soul are most receptive to divine messages. From a scientific perspective, waking up between 3 o'clock and 5 a.m. aligns with the body's REM rapid eye movement sleep cycle. This is the stage of sleep where the brain is most active, processing emotions, consolidating memories, and even generating vivid dreams. If you wake up during this phase, your subconscious mind is still highly engaged, making it easier to recall dreams or receive intuitive insights. Scientists have also noted that during this time, the body's melatonin levels naturally decrease, preparing you for wakefulness. This transition between deep sleep and consciousness can create an optimal moment for self-reflection and heightened awareness. But why does this matter? Why should we pay attention to these awakenings instead of simply rolling over and trying to fall back asleep? Because these moments may be a spiritual invitation, a call to listen, reflect, and act. Whether you believe it is divine intervention, an alignment of energies, or simply a biological occurrence, waking up at these hours provides a unique opportunity to connect with your higher self and gain clarity on unresolved emotions or thoughts. Listen for divine guidance through prayer, meditation, or introspection. Analyze and interpret your dreams, which may contain messages from your subconscious or even prophetic insights. Set intentions and manifest positive energy for the day ahead. This is why many people throughout history, including monks, spiritual seekers, and religious figures, have dedicated these early morning hours to deep prayer and contemplation. It is not just about waking up, it is about awakening to something greater. So the next time you find yourself staring at the clock at 3 a.m., don't dismiss it as just a sleep disturbance. Instead, take a deep breath, embrace the stillness, and consider what message the universe or your own soul might be trying to tell you. The human sleep cycle consists of multiple stages, including light sleep, deep sleep, and REM sleep rapid eye movement. Throughout the night, your body goes through several of these cycles, with REM sleep typically occurring more frequently in the early morning hours between 3 o'clock and 5 a.m. REM sleep is a fascinating and highly active phase of sleep where the brain processes emotions and consolidates memories from the day. Dreams become more vivid and intense, as the brain is nearly as active as when awake. The body is temporarily paralyzed to prevent movement during dreaming, ensuring a restful. Because of this heightened brain activity, waking up during REM sleep is much easier compared to waking up from deep sleep. This is why many people naturally wake up during this period, even if they don't recall their dreams. Why waking up during REM sleep is important. When you wake up during REM sleep, your subconscious mind is still highly engaged. This means that your mind is in a semi-dream state, making it more open to deep thoughts and emotions. You can recall dreams more vividly, which may contain meaningful messages from your subconscious. You are in an ideal state for introspection, meditation, or spiritual connection. If you've ever woken up during this time and felt a strong sense of clarity, inspiration, or even anxiety, it's because your brain is still processing thoughts and emotions from your dreams. This moment of heightened awareness is an opportunity to listen to your inner self, whether through quiet reflection, prayer, or even journaling. The connection between REM sleep and spirituality. Many spiritual traditions recognize the significance of the early morning hours for divine connection. Since the subconscious mind is most active during REM sleep, this is considered a time when the veil between the physical and spiritual realms is at its thinnest. Intuition and inner wisdom are more accessible. Prayer and meditation can be most powerful, as the mind is less distracted by daily concerns. This is why monks, yogis, and spiritual seekers throughout history have chosen to meditate or pray during these sacred hours. Their practice aligns with what science has now confirmed. The early morning hours offer a unique state of mind that enhances introspection and spiritual awareness. What should you do if you wake up between 3 to 5 a.m.? Instead of dismissing it as an inconvenience, consider using this time as a moment of deep reflection and connection. Stay still and focus on your breath. Allow yourself to be present in the moment. Try to recall your dreams. Is there a recurring theme or message? Write down any thoughts or emotions. Your subconscious may be trying to tell you something. Say a prayer or meditate. Use this time to seek guidance, clarity, or peace. By acknowledging the scientific and spiritual significance of waking up at this hour, you can transform what might seem like an interruption into an opportunity for personal growth, self-awareness, and even divine connection. So the next time you wake up unexpectedly in the middle of the night, embrace the stillness and listen to what your mind and perhaps the universe might be telling you. Why is 3 to 4 a.m. called the hour of the gods? Many cultures and religions consider the early morning hour sacred. In Christianity, this is believed to be the time when Jesus prayed in the Garden of Gethsemane before his crucifixion, seeking strength from God. In Hinduism and Buddhism, this period is known as Brahma Muhurta, meaning the time of Brahma, a time for deep meditation and connection with the divine. The reason this hour is considered spiritually significant is because of the following factors. The world is quiet. There are fewer distractions, less noise, and a stillness that makes it easier to focus on prayer, meditation, or reflection. The subconscious mind is more active. Since you are waking up from REM sleep, your mind is naturally in a state of heightened awareness. The veil between realms is thinner. Many spiritual teachings suggest that during this hour, our souls are more receptive to messages from the divine, the universe, or even departed loved ones. If you have ever woken up during this time and felt a strong urge to pray, reflect, or even write down your thoughts, it might be because your inner self is calling you to connect with something greater. Scientific and spiritual energy at 3 to 4 a.m. From a scientific perspective, waking up during this time can be linked to brain activity and hormone levels. At 3 a.m., melatonin levels begin to decrease, which means your body is naturally preparing to wake up. This transition between sleep and wakefulness can create a heightened state of awareness, making it easier to recall dreams or experience deep introspection. From a spiritual perspective, many believe that this is when divine messages can come through. Some signs that you are experiencing a spiritual awakening at this hour include hearing whispers, names, or feeling a presence, which some interpret as angels or guides, remembering vivid dreams, or waking up with a strong feeling or thought, feeling an inner urge to pray, meditate, or write down your thoughts, sensing a deep peace or clarity that lasts even after you return to sleep. These signs suggest that your soul may be receiving divine guidance or inner wisdom. What should you do if you wake up at 3 to 4 a.m.? Instead of dismissing your sudden awakening as an inconvenience, consider it a spiritual opportunity. Here's how you can make the most of this sacred time. Pause and reflect. Instead of immediately going back to sleep, take a few deep breaths and stay still for a moment. Ask yourself, What thoughts or emotions am I feeling right now? Pay attention to any insights, memories, or messages that come to mind. Write in a journal. If you wake up with a strong thought, emotion, or dream, write it down immediately. Many people report receiving ideas, solutions, or messages that make sense later in the day. Pray or meditate. Since this is a time of deep spiritual energy, it's perfect for prayer, meditation, or silent contemplation. If you are feeling lost, anxious, or in need of guidance, this is the best time to ask for answers. Listen to your dreams. If you wake up during this hour, your dreams may hold important messages. Ask yourself, what was I just dreaming about? Try to remember any symbols, feelings, or themes that stood out. By taking a few minutes to reflect instead of forcing yourself back to sleep, you might discover hidden answers, inner peace, or a profound sense of clarity. Biblical and spiritual examples of divine messages at night. Many stories in religious texts describe divine revelations occurring in the early morning hours. Here are two powerful examples. Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane, Matthew 26 to 36:46. In the darkest hours of the night, Jesus prayed deeply in the Garden of Gethsemane, preparing for his sacrifice. His disciples, however, kept falling asleep, missing the profound spiritual moment that was unfolding. This passage teaches us that during the quietest hours of the night, we can receive strength, clarity, and peace from God, but only if we remain awake and open to it. Samuel's calling, 1 Samuel 3 to 1 to 10. In the Old Testament, young Samuel heard the voice of God calling him in the middle of the night. At first, he thought it was his mentor, Eli, but after the third time, Eli told him, "If you hear the voice again, say, 'Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening.'" This story reminds us that spiritual awakenings often come in the stillness of the night. And when we hear a call, whether in a dream, a thought, or a feeling, we should be ready to listen. Conclusion: the divine gift of 3 to 4 a.m. awakenings. Waking up between 3 o'clock and 4 a.m. is more than just a sleep disturbance. It is a spiritual invitation to connect with something greater. Whether you view it through the lens of faith, science, or personal intuition, this hour holds profound meaning. If you experience this awakening, embrace it instead of resisting it. Use this time to pray, reflect, meditate, or seek clarity on your life's questions. You may find that this seemingly random event is actually a divine moment of revelation and transformation. So the next time you wake up at 3 a.m., don't fear the silence, listen to it. You might just discover the message you've been waiting for. The spiritual and psychological meaning of waking up between 1 o'clock and 2 a.m. Have you ever found yourself suddenly awake between 1 o'clock and 2 a.m., staring at the ceiling, your mind racing with thoughts? Maybe you feel uneasy, anxious, or burdened by something you can't quite put into words. If this happens frequently, it may not be random. Many spiritual traditions, psychological studies, and even ancient wisdom suggest that waking up at this hour is deeply connected to your subconscious mind, emotional well-being, and even divine guidance. But what does it mean? Why does this time hold special significance? And more importantly, what should you do when you wake up at this hour? Let's explore this profound phenomenon and uncover the hidden messages behind it. The psychological meaning, a time of emotional processing. According to psychology and sleep studies, waking up at 1 o'clock to 2 a.m. is often linked to emotional turmoil, stress, or unresolved thoughts. This is when your body is in its deep sleep cycle, but your subconscious mind is still active, processing your emotions. If you have been feeling stressed, anxious, or overwhelmed, your brain might wake you up as a way of forcing you to acknowledge these hidden emotions. This is why many people experience restlessness, sudden anxiety, or even vivid dreams during this time. Your subconscious is trying to tell you something. Instead of ignoring it, ask yourself, what has been on my mind lately? Am I avoiding something important in my life? Is there an unresolved emotion, regret, or decision I've been pushing aside? Often, this awakening is an opportunity to process emotions that you may have ignored during the day. The spiritual meaning, a wake-up call from the universe. In many spiritual traditions, waking up between 1 o'clock and 2 a.m. is seen as a divine message or a call to reflect on your life. This hour is associated with deep introspection, personal transformation, and inner guidance. Some believe that waking up at this time is a sign from God, angels, or your higher self, urging you to listen more closely to your heart. If you experience this frequently, it may be a sign that you need to pray, meditate, or seek clarity on something important in your life. Many people receive insights, inspirations, or even divine messages when they are awake at this time. Some report hearing whispers, feeling a strong energy, or even experiencing moments of deep clarity. This moment is not just about waking up physically, it's about waking up spiritually. The biblical connection, Joseph's dreams and divine guidance. Throughout history, God has spoken to people in the quiet hours of the night, often through dreams. One of the most famous biblical stories about nighttime revelations is the story of Joseph of Nazareth. Joseph's first dream, a moment of doubt and clarity. Joseph was engaged to Mary when he learned that she was pregnant. Confused and troubled, he considered breaking off the engagement. However, one night, while asleep, he received a divine dream. Joseph, son of David, do not be afraid to take Mary as your wife, for the child conceived in her is from the Holy Spirit. Matthew 1:20. When Joseph woke up, he had clarity, peace, and a divine purpose. He trusted the message and took Mary as his wife, fulfilling God's plan. Joseph's second dream, a warning for protection. Later, when King Herod sought to kill the infant Jesus, Joseph had another dream revelation. Get up, take the child and his mother and escape to Egypt. Stay there until I tell you, for Herod is going to search for the child to kill him. Matthew 13. Joseph woke up immediately, gathered his family, and left for Egypt, saving Jesus from danger. What can we learn from Joseph's story? Nighttime awakenings can be moments of divine guidance. God often speaks through dreams or quiet moments when the world is still. Instead of dismissing these awakenings, use them as a time for reflection, prayer, and seeking clarity. What should you do if you wake up at this hour? If you wake up between 1 o'clock and 2 a.m., don't rush to go back to sleep. Instead, embrace the moment and use it wisely. Step 1. Stay calm and observe your thoughts. Pay attention to what you are feeling. Are you anxious, worried, thinking about something specific? Step 2. Pray or meditate. This is a perfect time to pray for guidance, strength, or clarity. If you're unsure what to pray, you can say a simple prayer like, Lord, I don't know why I woke up, but I trust you. Please show me what I need to see. Give me clarity and help me find peace. Step 3. Journal your thoughts or dreams. If you recall a dream, write it down immediately. It may hold an important message. Journaling can also help you process hidden emotions and find solutions to your worries. Step 4. Ask yourself key questions. Is there something I'm avoiding or need to confront in my life? Am I holding on to resentment, fear, or regret? What do I truly want? And what steps can I take to get there? Step 5. Accept the message and act on it. Sometimes, the reason you wake up is to make a decision, seek forgiveness, or take a step towards change. If an idea, solution, or realization comes to you, trust it and take action. Final thoughts, transforming your nighttime awakening into a blessing. Waking up at 1 o'clock to 2 a.m. is not something to fear or ignore. Instead, see it as a spiritual invitation and opportunity to listen, reflect, and grow. If you feel anxious, pray for peace. If you remember a dream, write it down. If you feel lost, ask for guidance. If you wake up with a thought or realization, Don't ignore it, it may be important. God, the universe, or your own subconscious might be trying to show you something you need to see. Embrace this moment, listen to your heart, and use this quiet hour to find answers, strength, and clarity. So, the next time you wake up at 1:30 a.m., don't just go back to sleep. Pause, breathe, and listen. You might just receive the message you've been waiting for, the hidden meaning of waking up between 2 o'clock and 3 a.m., a call for healing and reflection. Have you ever found yourself waking up between 2 o'clock and 3 a.m., feeling restless, uneasy, or even physically uncomfortable? If this happens frequently, it might not just be a random occurrence. This specific hour is often associated with physical health, emotional well-being, and even spiritual messages. Many ancient traditions, psychological studies, and spiritual beliefs suggest that waking up at this time can be a sign of deep-seated stress, unresolved emotions, or even a message from your body asking for care and attention. But what exactly does it mean? Why does your body or subconscious mind choose this time to wake you up? Let's explore the scientific, emotional, and spiritual significance of waking up during this hour and what you can do about it. From a biological standpoint, waking up between 2 o'clock and 3 a.m. is often linked to liver function and detoxification. According to traditional Chinese medicine, TCM, the body follows a 24-hour energy clock, where each organ has a specific time of peak activity. Between 1 o'clock and 3 a.m., the liver is most active. What does this mean? The liver is responsible for filtering toxins, balancing hormones, and storing energy for the next day. If your liver is overworked due to poor diet, excessive alcohol, medications, or stress, it may cause disruptions in sleep, night sweats, or waking up feeling hot or agitated. If you frequently wake up during this time, it may be your body signaling that it needs healing, detoxification, or better self-care. Are you experiencing these symptoms? If you wake up at this hour, pay attention to the following signs. Do you feel thirsty or dehydrated? Your liver may be working hard to filter excess toxins. Do you experience digestive discomfort, bloating, or nausea? This could indicate an overloaded liver or poor digestion. Do you feel restless, hot, or sweaty? This could be due to an imbalance in your body's detoxification process. What can you do? Drink more water throughout the day to support liver function. Avoid alcohol, heavy foods, or processed sugars before bedtime. Try herbal teas like dandelion or chamomile, which support liver detoxification. Practice deep breathing or meditation before bed to reduce emotional stress, which can affect the liver's energy balance. Your body is incredibly intelligent, and nighttime awakenings can sometimes be a signal for self-care. The emotional and psychological meaning, a sign of inner stress. Beyond physical health, waking up at this hour may also be linked to deep-seated emotional struggles. In traditional Chinese medicine, the liver is connected to the emotion of anger. If you are holding on to resentment, frustration, or unresolved conflicts, your subconscious may wake you up during this time as a way of forcing you to process those emotions. Are you holding on to unresolved feelings? Ask yourself, am I angry, frustrated, or resentful about something in my life? Have I been bottling up emotions instead of expressing them? Is there a past event or conflict that still affects me emotionally? If the answer is yes, waking up at this hour may be your mind's way of saying, it's time to release this burden. What can you do? Write in a journal before bed to release pent-up emotions. Practice deep breathing or guided meditation to calm your nervous system. Try forgiveness exercises. Even if you don't communicate with the person involved, you can release the anger internally. Your subconscious wants peace, healing, and closure. Instead of ignoring the awakening, take it as a sign to address unresolved emotions before they manifest as physical symptoms. The spiritual meaning, a call for prayer and healing. In many religious and spiritual traditions, waking up at 2 o'clock to 3 a.m. is seen as a divine message, a time when your soul is seeking healing, protection, or guidance. Biblical story: King Hezekiah's prayer for healing. One of the most powerful biblical stories of midnight awakenings and healing is the story of King Hezekiah. Hezekiah's illness and divine intervention. King Hezekiah was a faithful servant of God, but one day he fell severely ill. The prophet Isaiah delivered a devastating message: "Set your house in order, for you shall die. You shall not recover." 2 Kings 22:1. Faced with imminent death, Hezekiah did not give up. Instead, he turned his face toward the wall, prayed intensely, and wept before God. His prayer was full of faith, desperation, and hope. Miraculously, God responded. Before Isaiah even left the palace, he received a new message from God: "I have heard your prayer. I have seen your tears. Behold, I will heal you." 2 Kings 20:5. Not only did Hezekiah recover, but God extended his life by 15 more years. What should you do if you wake up at 2 to 3 a.m.? If you frequently wake up at this hour, take it as a powerful spiritual moment, a time to pray, seek guidance, and ask for healing. Step 1. Stay calm and breathe deeply. Instead of stressing about your inability to sleep, accept the moment and relax. Step 2. Say a healing prayer. If you are struggling with emotional or physical pain, try praying: "Lord, I surrender my worries, pain, and stress to you. Please heal my heart, cleanse my body, and restore my soul. Guide me toward peace, health, and wisdom." Amen. Step 3. Meditate or reflect. Focus on gratitude. What are you thankful for in your life? Ask yourself, is there something I need to let go of? Listen for guidance. Sometimes, in the stillness, you will hear the answer you need. Step 4. Take action during the day. If your body needs healing, improve your lifestyle habits. If your emotions need healing, talk to someone, write, or seek professional help. If your spirit needs healing, pray, meditate, and trust the process. Final thoughts: turning your nighttime awakening into a blessing. Waking up between 2 o'clock and 3 a.m. can feel frustrating, but it is actually a gift, a moment for you to pause, reflect, and heal. If your body is asking for rest and detoxification, honor it. If your emotions are surfacing, address them. If your spirit is calling for prayer, embrace it. Instead of resisting these awakenings, use them as a sacred time to listen to what your body, heart, and soul are trying to tell you. You may find that this disruption is actually an invitation to a healthier, more peaceful, and more spiritually connected life. So the next time you wake up at 2:30 a.m., don't fight it, embrace the moment and let it guide you toward healing. Have you ever woken up suddenly between 3 o'clock and 4 a.m., feeling an unusual stillness in the air, a deep sense of awareness, or even an unexplainable energy? Many people report waking up at this hour with a heightened sense of clarity, an intense dream, or an overwhelming urge to pray or reflect. While some might dismiss it as a simple sleep disturbance, spiritual teachings and scientific research suggest that this specific hour holds a profound spiritual and psychological significance. It is believed to be the time when the veil between the physical and spiritual worlds is at its thinnest, allowing for divine messages, deep self-awareness, and inner transformation. But why does this hour have such importance? What scientific, spiritual, and biblical explanations can help us understand this phenomenon? More importantly, what should you do if you wake up during this sacred hour? Let's dive deep into the mystical and scientific meaning of waking up between 3 o'clock and 4 a.m. The spiritual meaning, the hour of the gods. Across cultures and religious traditions, the early morning hours, especially between 3 o'clock and 4 a.m., have been considered sacred. Many refer to it as the hour of the gods, or the witching hour, when the spiritual world is most active and when divine communication is at its strongest. Why is this hour considered sacred? The world is at its quietest. There are fewer distractions, no background noise, and an overwhelming sense of stillness. that allows the mind and soul to connect more deeply. Your subconscious mind is most active. Because this is the time of REM sleep, your mind is naturally in an altered, receptive state, making it easier to recall dreams or receive spiritual insights. The veil between realms is thinner. Many spiritual traditions believe that during this time, our souls are more open to receiving divine messages, angelic guidance, or intuitive wisdom. This is why mystics, monks, and religious seekers throughout history have woken up before dawn to pray, meditate, and seek enlightenment. Their practices align with what both science and spirituality now confirm. 3 o'clock to 4 a.m. is a time of heightened awareness and spiritual awakening. The scientific explanation: your brain and the REM sleep cycle. From a scientific standpoint, waking up at 3 o'clock to 4 a.m. is linked to your circadian rhythm, hormone levels, and brain activity during sleep. The role of REM sleep: REM rapid eye movement. Sleep is when your brain is most active, processing emotions, memories, and thoughts from the day. Waking up during REM sleep often leads to vivid dream recall, deep introspection, and heightened mental clarity. Melatonin levels begin to drop around this time, preparing the body for natural wakefulness. Why do you wake up? If you wake up feeling peaceful or introspective, it may be because your brain is still in a semi-dream state, making it easier to reflect on thoughts and emotions. If you wake up feeling restless or anxious, it could indicate emotional processing, unresolved stress, or even divine intervention. Regardless of the cause, your brain is in its most receptive state during this hour, making it an ideal time to pray, meditate, or seek answers. The biblical significance: Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane. One of the most powerful biblical stories about prayer, surrender, and spiritual awakening during the night is found in the Gospel of Matthew. When Jesus prayed in the Garden of Gethsemane before his crucifixion, Jesus' agonizing prayer at 3 a.m. On the night before his betrayal, Jesus retreated to the Garden of Gethsemane to pray. He knew that the next day he would face unimaginable suffering and death. Filled with sorrow, he fell to the ground and cried out, "My Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass from me. Yet not as I will, but as you will." Matthew 26-39. While he was experiencing this deep spiritual struggle, his disciples, who were supposed to be praying with him, kept falling asleep. 3 times, Jesus returned to them and said, "My Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass from me. Yet not as I will, but as you will." Matthew 26-39. While he was experiencing this deep spiritual struggle, his disciples, who were supposed to be praying with him, kept falling asleep. 3 times, Jesus returned to them and said, "Could you not keep watch with me for 1 hour?" Matthew 26-40. This moment is incredibly symbolic. While the world was asleep, Jesus was awake, seeking God in his most vulnerable hour. What can we learn from this? Deep spiritual transformation happens in the stillness of the night. Sometimes, God calls us to be awake and seek him, even when others are sleeping. Our greatest moments of clarity, surrender, and faith often come in the darkest hours. If Jesus chose to pray, reflect, and surrender to God in the middle of the night, perhaps our nighttime awakenings are also a divine call to seek guidance, pray, and trust in a higher plan. What should you do if you wake up at 3 to 4 a.m.? Instead of dismissing this as just a sleep disturbance, consider it a spiritual invitation, a time to pause, reflect, and connect with something greater. Step 1. Stay calm and acknowledge the moment. Instead of feeling frustrated, recognize that this could be a divine moment of clarity. Take a few deep breaths and embrace the stillness. Step 2. Reflect on your thoughts or dreams. Ask yourself, what was I just dreaming about? If a particular thought or feeling comes to mind, write it down in a journal. Sometimes, the answers you are seeking come through dreams, symbols, or emotions. Step 3. Pray or meditate. This is the perfect time to talk to God, seek guidance, or simply sit in silence. If you don't know what to pray, try saying, "Lord, I don't know why I woke up, but I trust you. Speak to me, guide me, and help me find clarity." Step 4. Ask for divine direction. If you are struggling with a decision, use this time to ask for wisdom. You may find that answers come not in loud voices, but in gentle nudges, dreams, or sudden realizations. Step 5. Accept the message and act on it. Sometimes, waking up at this hour is a sign that you need to take action in your life. Whether it's a relationship, a career decision, or a personal transformation, trust what your heart is telling you. Final thoughts. Embracing the divine invitation. Waking up between 3 o'clock and 4 a.m. is not just a sleep disturbance, it is a spiritual moment of awakening. If you wake up feeling peaceful, take it as a sign to listen and reflect. If you wake up feeling anxious, it may be time to surrender your fears to God. If you wake up feeling inspired, write down your thoughts and take action. Perhaps this is the moment God is saying, "Come, be still, and listen." So the next time you wake up at 3 a.m., don't roll over and go back to sleep. Instead, embrace the silence, listen to your heart, and let it guide you toward deeper faith, clarity, and transformation. The profound meaning of waking up between 4 o'clock and 5 a.m., a time for renewal and transformation. Have you ever woken up between 4 o'clock and 5 a.m. feeling calm, reflective, or even filled with a sense of quiet energy? Unlike waking up at earlier hours, which may be linked to stress, emotional unrest, or spiritual messages, this hour is often seen as a sign of renewal, preparation, and a call to embrace change. Many people who wake up at this time report feeling a sense of clarity, motivation, or the urge to begin something new. While it may seem like just another sleep disruption, in reality, this hour holds deep psychological, spiritual, and even biblical significance. If you frequently wake up between 4 o'clock and 5 a.m., you may be receiving a message. It's time to embrace new beginnings, let go of the past, and move forward with purpose. But why is this time so important? Let's explore its meaning from a scientific, emotional, and spiritual perspective. From a scientific perspective, waking up at 4 o'clock or 5 a.m. aligns with the body's natural sleep cycle. This is the final stage of REM sleep, where melatonin levels begin to drop, signaling that the body is preparing to wake up naturally. The mind shifts from deep subconscious activity to conscious thought. Cortisol levels, the wakefulness hormone, begin to rise, preparing the body for the day ahead. This transition is crucial because if you wake up feeling refreshed and alert, it means your body is naturally aligning with the morning energy cycle. If you wake up feeling unsettled or restless, it could mean you are resisting an emotional or life transition that your subconscious is urging you to face. Waking up during this hour is a signal that your mind and body are preparing for a new start. If you feel inspired, it may be because your brain is fully rested and ready for new ideas. The emotional and symbolic meaning, a call for a fresh start. Emotionally, waking up between 4 o'clock and 5 a.m. is often linked to personal transformation. It's a time when your subconscious mind has finished processing emotions from the past day, and your conscious mind is ready to embrace something new. Signs that you are in a phase of transformation. Do you feel like something in your life needs to change? Are you sensing an inner calling to start a new journey, habit, or mindset? Do you feel a mix of calm and excitement when you wake up early? This hour represents a gateway between the past and the future. If you wake up at this time and feel drawn to make a change, pursue a dream, or shift your mindset, it may be a sign that your soul is ready for renewal. What can you do? Acknowledge the moment. Instead of going back to sleep, take a deep breath and embrace the stillness. Ask yourself, what new path am I being called to take? Write down any thoughts or dreams that come to mind. Your subconscious may be sending you guidance. This is a time to stop holding on to the past and step into a new chapter of your life. The biblical meaning, the hour of resurrection and renewal. In Christian tradition, the early morning hours, particularly around dawn, are associated with resurrection, rebirth, and divine transformation. The resurrection of Jesus at dawn, one of the most powerful biblical stories connected to this hour, is the resurrection of Jesus. After his crucifixion, his followers believed all hope was lost. But at dawn, something miraculous happened. At early dawn, they went to the tomb and found the stone rolled away. Luke 24:1-2. The resurrection of Jesus symbolizes new beginnings, victory over struggles, and the promise of a fresh start. What does this mean for you? If you wake up between 4 o'clock and 5 a.m., it may be a divine reminder that you have the opportunity to start fresh, no matter what challenges you've faced. A spiritual resurrection is taking place within you, an awakening to new possibilities. You are being called to rise, embrace change, and walk forward with faith. Just as Jesus rose in the early morning hours, you too may be experiencing a moment of spiritual, emotional, or personal rebirth. What should you do if you wake up at 4 to 5 a.m.? Instead of ignoring this awakening, see it as a divine or personal opportunity to grow, reflect, and take action. Here's how to make the most of this moment. Step 1. Embrace the stillness. Instead of rushing back to sleep, enjoy the quiet and listen to your thoughts. Pay attention to any dreams, emotions, or sudden inspirations that arise. Step 2. Set your intentions for the day. This is the perfect time to write down your goals, intentions, or prayers. Ask yourself, what do I want to accomplish today? What energy do I want to bring into my life? Step 3. Say a morning prayer for new beginnings. If you're unsure what to pray, try this. Lord, thank you for this new day. I surrender my past struggles and open my heart to the blessings ahead. Guide me, strengthen me, and help me walk in faith. Let today be a fresh start. Amen. Step 4. Take one small action toward change. If you've been wanting to start something new, this is the best time to begin. It could be as simple as reading, journaling, stretching, or even going for a short walk. Taking action, even in a small way, sends a message to your mind and soul that you are stepping into transformation. Final thoughts. The power of waking up between 4 to 5 a.m. Waking up between 4 o'clock and 5 a.m. is not just about sleep, it's a symbol of renewal, clarity, and spiritual awakening. If you experience this frequently, consider it a sign of transition and new beginnings, a moment to embrace clarity and direction, a call to rise, just as the sun does, into a new version of yourself. This is not just another night, it's a divine opportunity to start fresh. So the next time you wake up at 4 o'clock or 5 a.m., don't rush back to sleep. Instead, pause, reflect, and embrace the powerful energy of a new beginning. You are not waking up by accident, you are being invited to step into a new chapter of your life. Will you answer the call? Throughout history, dreams have been one of the most profound ways God communicates with humanity. From biblical prophets to modern believers, many have received divine messages, warnings, and guidance through their dreams. But how can we know if a dream carries spiritual significance? What symbols and visions might reveal deeper meanings? If you've ever woken up from a vivid dream feeling like it was more than just imagination, it might be a sign that God is speaking to you. Dreams can serve as prophetic messages about the future, warnings or guidance for making important decisions, spiritual revelations to strengthen your faith, encouragement and comfort during difficult times. To explore this powerful topic further, we invite you to watch our next video on prophetic dreams. In this video, you'll learn about the 7 types of dreams that carry divine messages, how to interpret symbols in your dreams, and what to do when you receive a spiritual revelation while sleeping. Have you ever had a dream that felt like a message from God? Share your experience in the comments below. Let's explore this journey of spiritual discovery together. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into divine wisdom and spiritual awakening.